Welcome back, folks. This is lesson 36. As you can see, I've put you a sketch up first where you can stop the video and do your sketching, and then we'll carry on into the painting. So the painting today is a place called Whickham Skeith, and that is in Suffolk, near Stowmarket. And the way I dropped on this one was because I was in business and I was travelling down towards this area to see someone, and on the way I saw this scene. I thought, wow, I like this, and I had to stop and sketch it out. And today's painting is a result of, well, from a basic sketch. So it's always good to go out and sketch whenever you can, folks, because you know when you can record them and we use them later. It doesn't matter. So here we've got a sort of a typical farmhouse on the right here. We've got a small building down there. There's a major tree in the thirds. That's the bottom third, and the thirds across there. That's a major item there. Bit of a fence down here, a road down here, taking you into the picture, curving back into the picture. Some distant trees and stuff like that here. And it's snow covered. We've got a snow on this one, folks. So what I've done, I've masked out certain areas of which I want to keep white, and while we're painting, then that'll protect it, and then that'll create some snow, won't it? The colours today are one that I use a lot is the raw sienna or ochre, a pot of ultramarine, plus burnt umber, and less of the second colour, and then a weak mix of alizarin crimson. I might just be able to show you that there. This is what the mix are. There's the raw sienna, there's the ultramarine, there's the ultramarine and burnt umber, and there's the alizarin crimson. So we've got our colours. I'm all ready, and we can start painting. So we've done that preparation. Move the colours, now you've seen them, and see where we go from here. Right, the sky, it's going to be a nice day, and the light I think will come from the let's see now. I think from the right. Yeah, from the right. Oh, I don't know though. I think from the left, but now it's a nice shadow across there. Yeah, from the right. I'll get it from the right. I'll make my mind up soon. This is clean water, folks. Just clean water, randomly putting it on the sky area. Use a touch of that alizarin crimson. It's not too strong. This it's just suggesting a touch of winter sunshine. Then we can try with going with the blue sky. A touch of blue sky up there. A touch more blue sky there, not enough. Leave yourself some clouds, won't you? As you come down here, you come towards the horizon, and then I'm going to introduce that pink back into it. That's the alizarin crimson. So pop that in there. Pop this in here, down around here. These are some distant trees, so don't worry about them. But keep off the snow. Most important, you keep off the snow. As I protected my roof there with masking fluid, which saves me a big job. Take that down to that horizon there. Get that pinkiness down here. Be nice, the light's coming from right, isn't it, this time? Make my mind up here. I'll do a bit of pinky cloud formation on the side of the clouds, which are away from the sun. And then we'll pop some real quite heavy clouds in, just to bring it down again. So it's nice to keep a white cloud, just a little fresh area. This heavy cloud will bring the top up towards us, won't it? It'll be stronger. So let's pop that in. And take this, I'm going to weaken this and then gently bring it down to the horizon. Tuck it under some of these clouds. Pinch a bit from that there. And then you've got to be careful, because you get to a stage where you're fiddling, and I don't like fiddlings, you know. But and I'm fiddling now, so I'll stop. So that's how sky area done. But while it's still wet, what I can do also is introduce some of those distant bushes and trees and that. I might be able to just introduce that using some of the colours we've got. Use that the ultramarine. And perhaps a touch of blueness in here. And then what I can also do is get a rigger and introduce a touch of a distant miserable tree. Well, not a miserable tree, but a not important tree. Shouldn't call it miserable, really. Let's pop a so faint, that one. I'm making it a bit stronger this time. That's better. It's a bit of a backdrop. Then when it dries a bit, I put a few more on, a touch more on there, just to give it a bit more colour. You can put some distant stuff on there. Some of these can be ivy covered, which will give it a blocky look. But it's only the spear carriers, so they're not important really. It's just a suggestion. In fact, as it dries out, you can just make them out. Next job I think we'll tackle is this. We'll tackle some of the distant hedgerows and that, get them cracking. But I want to put another more distinct tree in the background there. I've sketched it out. I think it's on the sketch. This. We'll put one in about here. What's that done? To immediately put those distant things behind it, so it's come in front of that. That puts another layer in for us. Right, well, I'll look at some of those background bushes and stuff like that now. I want to mix some of this burnt umber. We've got burnt umber in the sky, haven't we? So we can introduce some of this burnt umber into some of this these hedgerows and things like that. And it's nice if I can, on the bottom of that, put a bit of dark in there, just to give the root area a bit darker burnt umber, just the same, but a darker tone, more paint if you like. That'll soften into the colour I've just painted and creep up it, as though it's part of the tree, which it is. You can experiment with your own paintings on this and make a lovely job of it, I'm sure you can. Depends how much fun you want. I'll put some in that side there, that's one side there, but some of that rig I've got. Might use some of that brown to see a little twig round, coming out of it like that, see. In other words, it's put that in front of that one, hasn't it? So that's another area we've touched on. And in the right in the bottom there, I want to put some of this ultramarine and burnt umber, what we had for the top of the sky. Put a touch of that in the bottom here just to darken it down a bit, like this. Still wet, see? Have you noticed it's soaking into it? Lovely. Just giving me the effect I want it to do. That's settle that down, and it'll also make the snow stand out a bit more. And if we do a similar treatment to the bushes on this side as well, we should be all right. It's burnt umber again, not too strong. It's a weak mix to start with. Don't forget. Right, we've done that. Then I put a bit darker the burnt umber. There again. In the base of this tree formation, which will give it shape, of course. It'll show the underside of it. It'll soak into the other colour. And then we want to put some of that, a bluey tinge into it, in the base of the sky, base of the bush, I should say. I'm not going crackers. Right, let's get some into here. It's not important, the backdrop, but it is important. It's not a major operation, but it looks better if you do it well. Then get the rigger and introduce a bit of a distant tree to it, some flicky up bits like that. One or two here. So this is just background stuff. It's not going to not be important, but it's going to make your picture look nicer. That's the main thing. Now what I can do now is introduce some of these colours into these. These are like two hedgerows here. There's a field going through there. And this is the road. This is sort of the side of the road, and there's the field there, and this is a hedgerow just there on that side of the field. And there's a bit of a hedgerow here as well. So we might as well pop them in while we're doing it. Let's pop this in here. I've masked out the top of that to show snow on top of it. So that'll protect that, won't it? So I can do that with a gear band and not mark anything. not spoil anything, I should say. So that's on there. We can darken that area below it. Keep it coming down, the darkness. This is the burnt umber again. There you go, to really darken the bottom of it. That's the sky stuff. Right. Coming along, then I can leave them alone for a while now, and then we can put in just, let me see if I can put a touch of hedgerow there. And we can do this little bit here. This is just coming down to here. There's a little bit at the back here by the farmhouse. So pop that in as well. That's going to separate that back field from the front field as well. Leaving it like that. Now I can introduce introduce some of this dark into it, in the bluey bits, in the bottom. Got another hedgerow there. Just flick it in and out, just, as I say, it's not important, but it looks better if you do it. Excuse me. Right, so we're coming along nicely now, so we've got some little bits in down here. I think I'll tackle this, get some of these buildings in now. We'll get a bit of colour in here, shall we? These buildings are brick. They're brick built, so they're going to be. And the colour I'm going to use is burnt sienna. Now, burnt sienna is like a brickwork colour, so you'll find that was quite helpful, quite useful. Let's get a brush that's going to be do the job. This is a number 6. This should do the job. So while the masking fluid is still on the top, I can still paint these in without really struggling. So let's get a touch of burnt sienna on the table. Just a little mix, not a lot. In fact, I can show you I'm mixing. It's not just a little touch like this. That's enough for the houses. That'll do. Right, I'll start at the left because I'm right-handed, so this will be our farmhouse. But this is, I think this is just one of the labourer's house. It must be. They built him this because he works on the farm. Nice place, actually. So we've got that in there, and we can put some. Let's do some of this farmhouse here. It says brick built. I like a bit of colour in there. When you get all these blues and stuff like that, and a bit of colour in there makes it stand out a bit. That's a part of the extension of the house. It's been a good job of that, whoever did it. I think at Hagley Windows, they probably did it. Let's see how we're going here. We pop the windows in afterwards. See, when I've got the masking fluid, it makes life easier for me because I can just flash in with the burnt sienna and not worry about hitting the snow on the roof, because the snow is protected with the masking fluid. That's just a job. A bit of a brown chimney up there, and one on this one. I don't think you must go central heating this lad. No chimney. Anyway, that'll do. Right, so it's coming on nicely now. It's a bit new looking this farmhouse. So I'm going to make it look a bit miserable. So it's not look B&Q. It's worn. It's old. That looks better. This looks a bit too nice as well. Right, we're all right there now. Leave that for a bit now, let that dry, and then we can put the windows in afterwards. What I might do is tackle this tree now. I'll do this tree and then that tree. I want a small brush for this. So what we've got here. I better leave that until that's dry, so I can't do that one, so I'll have to do this one. And I paint it, start off with that sunshine colour, this sunshine, this raw sienna or ochre. We'll put some of that in there. Give it a undercoat, or if you like, a base colour for that, and then we'll take it from there. It's a winter tree. So let's just put the coat on it. I've masked out certain areas of it. If you see this blue stuff, where some snow's caught it. I'm going as far as I can with this. I'm going to have to change to a smaller brush when I go further up the tree. It's time I change now to something smaller. The rigger. That rigger I talked about in the past is so useful for small areas like this. Flashing out this, building up the tree structure. It's a major tree, so spend a bit of time on it. Because when people look at your painting, they'll see this tree because it's right on your focal point, which is one of the thirds. That's how important it is to you. If you paint a nice tree, they'll say, well, that's a nice picture, because you've taken care. Right, I'll put some darks on there as well. This is this sky colour. This top of the stuff. That's good stuff because you don't introduce lots of different colours. It loses something when you do that. Just take some of the excess paint off there. The light's coming from where? It's coming from the right, isn't it? That's it, the right. I must remember that. So it's coming from the right, so that's going to be sunny on that side, so it's going to be dark on this side. A bit too wet just now to do this, but we'll see how we go. And on these tree painting, there's two schools of thought on whether you put twigs right on the top there or leave it bare. They both work, and it's just a matter of personal choice. But I think on this one, I'm going to put some twiggery around the top because it's in an important position, and you'd see it. Extend them up a little bit like this, the branches. And I'm keeping to the left hand side of this because the sun's coming from the right, isn't it? But sometimes by extending these branches, of course the tree is getting taller, isn't it? Which I don't mind, really, because it's an important tree. The branches are spreading out in all directions, of course. I have to always try and paint them in the directions they grow in. Sometimes it's a bit difficult. All this is the sky colour I'm using to put some darks on the left hand side. Put the branch in there. It's a real intercrossing tree, isn't it? It's quite a big tree. Now what I can try and do with this tree is put this twiggery around the top there. See if I can find a twiggery brush for doing it with. That's all I've got here. Might find one that just fits the bill. If I can. I've got an old this is an old oil painting brush. I keep it, and it's nice for doing rough work. So I can put on there if you like. I can put some. I might use a bit of that bluey stuff from the sky, and with a bit of luck, we might be able to sort of indicate some twiggery on it. I think on certain occasions it works, this, because it's a tree light, and I'm putting a bit of brown in that as well to take all that dead blueness off it. Of course, it just doesn't grow on the top; it goes round about the tree as well. You're at the careful stage now, because you can make a pig's ear of it. I mean, do it too much. So I've got to be careful here, because you can get carried away with this. Just a touch on the bottom of there. and just a few branches down there, and we'll take it from there. I think that should be enough. That noise you've just heard, by the way, folks, is my dear wife Carol bringing me a coffee, which is nice of her, isn't it? By Jove, she's worth every bit of money I paid for her. She's a good lass. Yeah, I think that'll do. And I might even, I'm getting carried away. Watch it now, folks, and be careful on this. This sort of thing. See, it's in the distance, but it still needs twiggery on, doesn't it? So that's got some on. Whether you see it on this, I don't know. We can show it anyway. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Distant stuff. Well, painting is about having fun, and that's what we're trying to do. Touch on this one. I've still got this tree to do, yeah? We'll get that one done out of the way. Right, let's see what we're doing now. I'll paint this one. I don't want to paint it too busy because it's I've got to paint it in because it's in front of the house, isn't it? So I'm going to get some of the sky colour. I've got a touch left. I might paint it quite dark, this one. One more branch there, and I think there's one or two down here as well. Get that branch in there. One coming down here. I think this will have a canopy on as well. Right, I'll put the canopy on again using that dodgy brush, this old brush I've got. I don't usually overdo it, but take the brush off me because I'll carry on. That's enough, I think. Right, we'll get doing a bit more stuff now. Let's see what we're doing next, shall we? I think next thing I'll do, I'll take this masking fluid off the roofs and off the top of these hedges. That reveals the white bit for me. At the top of that. Take it off this that hedge at the back there. Some off this tree. I've got some up the tree somewhere. That's it, some snow on the tree, look. Some on this hedgerow. Some on that lean-to there. The edge of the roof, which you can see. Snow on the other roofs there, that's right, let's keep that clean. And some of this hedge at the front here. I don't think that's good stuff. Saved me a big job, that, hasn't it? Protected the bits I want to protect him. Now I can take it from there. Right, well, some windows in now, shall we, in the house? Oh, we've done that. See, they'll only be tiny ones, these, because it's a bit far away. Let's use some this sky colour. This colour is good for our windows. That'll do us fine. So look what we've got. A pinch of tissue there. I better put this bloke some windows in. He'll complain. Makes it a bit stronger, that. That's better. One of the doors, I'll put a big door in. Well, this bloke here, he's got this this place here, it's got a double glaze, it is a new extension he's got. Just see part of that one behind the house. Right, there's no windows in this end face, but there's some on this other piece here. The window, you can just see the windows there from the just a slight angle view of it, the windows. Got some windows in this one here. One in the lean-to here. And I think, oh, we'll have a different coloured door. Something nice and bright for it, keep a bit of brightness in this picture. Put him a red door in, shall we? As I said previously to you, if you can put a bit of touch of red in somewhere, it draws the eye to it. I think, well, what I can do is start putting some. I'll do these posts first. Get some of these posts. I've done a bit of a hedgerow there, isn't there? Let's put that hedgerow, the fence there. Get this fence out of the way. It starts about here. I don't know where it's going that, but it's in there anyway. I'll pop in some. If you get bogged down, you can do these sorts of things. You know, I mean, you got to be careful with doing this, like showing roots in things like this, and you want quite a long time to do stuff like this. But we'll see how we go. Right, now then, that's that done, that's that done. I can now put in some of these posts here. We'll get these posts out of the way, shall we? They'll get done next. Put them a nice bright colour here. Let's lift the picture a bit. This is the first colour we use. That's the raw sienna or the ochre, whichever you're using. Some bright posts in. Now the light's coming from, let's see, coming from the right, isn't it? That's it. Right, so on the left hand side of these poles, it's going to be darker, isn't it? Down this side. Yeah. Right, I think what we can do now is just put a touch of suggesting shadow on these rooftops. A bit more colour there. See how we're going for that. So look at this, they're going to get the light coming down from this direction, aren't we? So we're going to get some shadow under where the snow hangs over there and where the snow hangs over there. We're going to get some on the underside of the snow here. And some on the underside of this, yeah, because it's hanging over and the underside will be in shade. Just indicate that on there. There's some on the underside of this one. Only a little bit, Steve, but it helps. So it means that when a viewer looks at your painting, they'll say, "Oh, he's thought about that," because there would be a shadow there because of where the light's coming from. Just an indication of shadow on the area that's covered in snow there. Now this is coming from the right, so we might we'll certainly get some shadow under there, under that, and under this here, where it's in shade. Under that one you get shade, and under there you get shade as well. And this, I think this whole panel will be in shade because it's covered by the main building. Shadow on there, top of there. Put some shadow on the underside of this hangover heavy snow. Right, I put up some on this underside of this one here. This is like this snowy area from here on this hedge that's coming towards us. There's even some on the underside of that snow that's on the actual tree, isn't it? So don't forget that as well. Important we cover it. Down here. Right, I think what I'm going to tackle now is the... Right, so the snow in the foreground. Snow is white, you think, but then again it's not white. Because it's picking up some of these colours that's in the sky. So all the colours in the sky are going to represent itself in the snow here. So the sunshine, which is a lovely sunny part there, which is the raw sienna, will represent itself as it's catching this here sunshine down this bank here like that, which is lovely. There's some in that background field there. There'll be some in this field here. There's certain some on this touches that field that dropped down there, and on the path itself, excuse me, it'll show as it ruts along here. There'll be snow effects on this thing here like this. Now that's the sunshine colour. Also touch on the roof there. And then we're going to get some of the bluey colour, aren't we? The ultramarine, but not too strong. Just a suggestion of pale blue as it comes in the shadowy area from, could be down here like this, see. And this will have some indications of snow down here. Areas of where it's undulating at the side there. And of course the pinky stuff what's in the sky, that'll represent itself down on the snow as well, won't it? So let's pop some of that in. There's the pinky. Yeah, we'll put some twiddle in, shall we? What I call twiddle anyway. You can imagine that, let's say, up the road, the road's a bit bland. What we ought to do is put up we can say that just here, I'll start about here. We could indicate that there's been a tractor going down the road. And of course what the tractor does, it churns the snow up and exposes the brown earth. But don't forget, he come right to the bottom of the picture because it hasn't been dropped in by a helicopter. It's come from somewhere. It'll go into the distance like this. Start going around that corner. And then of course it'll have a shadow, won't it? So we better put a bit of shadow in there, in here. I like the little things, but little things help your painting. Because these tractors make a right mess of the soil or the snow. A nice virgin snow, and then a blooming tractor comes up there and makes a pig's ear of it. So that's gone down there. We've missed the tractor, that's gone. But we're going to get some on the sides of the roads and stuff like that. We're going to get some rough ground where this, you know, it's not all snowy. There's bits of rough stuff that comes out of it like this. And on the side of the road, you get this sort of stuff. Because it's a rough road and it's a rough old field as well. So we're going to get this sort of stuff. But here again, it all helps your picture. And this work you're doing in the foreground here brings the painting into sort of a three-dimensional look. You're trying to make it come towards you. Instead of a flat piece of paper, it's got to come towards you, which is what we're trying to do. Darks in here. Right, I think while I'm messing about, I'll put some dead grasses in there. And I've got a pal of mine, he's bought me a rigger, a strange rigger. Look at that thing. It's like a needle. I bet it makes some decent grasses. Well, let's have a look, see what we've got. I'm just going to use that for the first time. Hope it works. Oh, look at that. That's good, isn't it? I like that. Oh dear, I'm glad he bought it me. Why haven't I used it sooner? I don't know. It's been stuck there with its plastic end on. And you think, oh, shall I use that or not? Of course I should do, because it's not bad. Thanks, Mike. Of course we're going to get some grasses coming out of this, aren't we? Not all plain banks there, there's bits of rubbish out and all sorts. I want to take this one off me, I think. I'm having fun with this one. This little brush, I like it. Oh. You'll see this more in future paintings, folks. I've decided I like it. I like a new toy. That's right. I think what we should have, we need some figures up going up this road, don't we? We'll have some figures. I'm sure we need some figures. I like that brush. I'll put it down though now. Let's have Fred and Mabel in. Fred and Mabel, they'll like a walk on today. He's a nice lad. Let's see now. He's got to go. He'll be about as tall as. Let's see. He'll be before these buildings, so he's going to be a bit bigger than that. So he's got to be similar to, they're a hedgerow about 3 or 4 foot high. So he'll fit on here about like this. Put him in here. That'll do, that size of him there. He's not overbearing there. So we'll see how he goes. Put him some trousers on because he's drafty. And he doesn't like walking on his own, so he's taking Mabel with him. So Mabel is a lovely girl. She will be in a minute. When we've created her. She's got this yellow jumper. She loves this jumper. CNA it was. Do you remember CNA? Blooming egg, CNA. CNA. That's some years ago, CNA. See, it's funny I mentioned CNA there. I'm digressing. We went up the Amazon in South America, and we sailed up the Amazon River, a massive river, and it's in fact 1/5 of the world's fresh water comes out of the Amazon. I didn't know that, but I know, just put her trousers in for you. Slim lass she is. She's walking with Fred there, and I went up to this place called Men House, which is a massive place in the town, like in the middle of the blooming jungle. And you won't believe it, but the first shop we came across in there, because my wife likes to pop in the shops now and again, was CNA. CNA in the middle of the jungle. Yeah, we'd lost ours in England. Shows you never know what you find when you go on these trips. Yeah, she's leaning towards Fred because they were courting at the time. Very romantic, that is. There she is. Oh, Fred, she's there. Right, I'm getting to a stage. Oh, I think I better put some wire on that fence, hadn't I? Keep sheep in. Well, I'll use that special brush again. If it'll work, I'll try it and see what happens. This is that. It comes from here down to here. Look at that. How about that, eh? Oh, like this. Yes, I'll do a few more little twiddle bits down here. And some down this one. Oh yes, I'm into that. Right, what's the last thing we've got to do now, folks? At the top, the blue bit. So I'll mix some of that. French ultramarine. And the burnt umber, the dirty brown colour. Should give us a nice shadowy colour. Right. Get a brush on this and start putting some shadows in. Right, first of all, I'm going to tackle the house at the back, because if the light's coming from here, this front face of the house is going to be in shade, isn't it? So we're going to put that in shade. The main feature in shade, what about that? That's a tragedy, isn't it? Not to worry. And that little lean-to is in shade. This little bit here is in shade, that little tiny bit there. That's in full sun, that's in full sun, this'll be in shade, this bit here. You'll get a shadow coming down here, from that. You get a shadow coming down there. And that's all right for the house. Now then, what about this tree? Will cast a shadow, won't it? This big tree, if it's done with that'll cast a shadow from down here. And it'll come across the road. That's my Fred and Mabel. Up that fence there. Spread out across here as well. Quite a big tree. Fred and Mabel, they'll cast a shadow. Like that. These poles will cast a shadow, won't they? Like this, look. There'll be shady on that side. And they'll cast a shadow, so down this, tumble down this edge and onto there, like that. Down this hedgerow and then across there. Down the hedgerow and across. Down there and across. Down the bank and across. Down the bank and across. Like a quick step, you know. Come dancing. Right, so that's dealt with them people. I don't forget, now we put all these twigs in and mess them out like that, but this will be in shade here, won't it? So this will be in shade as well, so we've got to be careful with that. This is going to cast a shadow. All this weedy stuff. There'll be a shadow down there. These will cast a shadow here like that. These grasses. So once you start putting grasses and stuff like that, you can get a shadow. That's going to cast a shadow in the field there, that hedgerow. That front face there is in shade on the house. Let me see, I'm looking for things down. Let me have a look, see if I've missed anything. I don't think that's right. I'm just looking for some. I might put another coat on there because it looks a bit as though I haven't done it. Let's put another coat on there. Down that end of that building again. The chimney pot, I missed that chimney pot there, look. And that one. And I think my next thing to do is to just look at the sky and see if there's a place for a bird in it. If there's any dodgy bits. Look round, there's any dodgy bits. Let's have a look. There's a tiny little one there, but go on, I'll put one in. Just for a bit of fun. Going to be a little one, this. It's only a little spot. Be a crow, this. I've got this little brush again. It's smashing, it is. I might put another couple in, since it's Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, take the brush off me. I'm going to pack it in now. So that's all for today, folks. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Any questions you've got, please put them in the comments below. And until next time, it's goodbye. Goodbye, folks.